Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fellow BOTAites, what's going on? It's Soggy Boy coming at you with another episode of the BOTA Show. With me today, I have Drew. Drew, say hi to the people.
I'm Drew.
That is, in fact, Drew. Drew and I have a lovely show planned for you with some more shenanigans. We will be going directly into both of our segments. We have news. There was a lot of MLB trade deadline news. Drew, if you'd like, you can go over some of that right now. If you want to take and go into the BOTA news and talk specifically about the MLB trade deadline, I'm cool with that.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
All right. So I lied. I lied to you. I'm sorry, everyone. We will be doing the BOTA news first. And welcome to the BOTA news, exclusively MLB BOTA news, as the MLB trade deadline comes and goes to our, oh my goodness, I'm having a brain aneurysm. We are going to move right on over to BOTA's resident MLB expert, Mr. Drew Daniels. Take it away, Drew.
Howdy. Welcome back to MLB News, ladies and gentlemen. This time, again, as Zachary has informed you, we have a special trade deadline edition in the MLB portion of BOTA News here. The only portion of BOTA News you will be receiving this week. I'm just going to go through kind of the best and the worst so far, everything we got. So let's get to it. We got Ji-Man Choi and Rich Hill from Pittsburgh to San Diego for a bunch of prospects. I think this is a Pittsburgh win. When you talk about guys, Rich Hill is 45 years old. That dude is literally has gray hair. Ji-Man Choi, I personally like, but not a super productive hitter other than for 1 year. Crap. What else we got here? We got Jorge Lopez going to Miami from Minnesota. Dylan Floro going to Minnesota in that trade. Jorge Lopez has been very disappointing in Minnesota throughout his career, and going to Miami, maybe he can revitalize a little bit. Still got an interesting team down in Miami, so we'll see what that does for them. We got... There really hasn't been that many interesting things outside of the big couple trades. Michael Lorenzen from Detroit to Philadelphia for Hao-Yu Lee. Another kind of lackluster return for a solid player. So let's just talk about the big ones, because I ain't got nothing else really. You gotta say Max Scherzer straight up for Luis Angel Acuna. I get that he's Ronald Acuna's brother. I get that. But straight up for Max Scherzer, I mean, if you're selling, I guess it's not a huge deal. And the Mets are kind of selling at this point, clearly. But whatever. I think it's a lot to give up for a single prospect. But here we are. And then finally, let's talk about Justin Verlander, who's going back to Houston. I hate this. I hate seeing Houston get good things, and I like Justin Verlander, so I hate that he's going back there. They didn't bring in any pitching in the trade. Straight outfielders, Drew Gilbert and Ryan Clifford, heading to the Mets. So again, not a whole lot of return, and especially not the return you're looking for, especially when you get rid of the two best pitchers on your team. So I don't know what the Mets are going to do, but I don't think they have anyone to send out to the mound. So We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, they traded all their starting pitching pretty much.
Their
So
rotation is decimated. They got no return in the pitching aspect of the game. All position players. So I don't know. Mets baseball is going to be real fucking interesting for the next month and a half, 2 months.
I mean, it's crazy how in a span of a year they went from, epically blowing a division lead to being complete sellers at the trade deadline the following season. Again, I don't care for baseball, but being a Mets fan blows.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would bring you any joy at any point in time ever.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're in a really tough division. They're 19 games back. They don't have a choice. And I mean, you're talking guys like Scherzer and Verlander. They're not going to be around much longer. You're not leveraging your organization. You're just not going to win any more baseball games for the rest of the season. That's all.
No, you're really not.
So they're going to have to do some serious work in the offseason to get that pitching staff back up to any kind of reasonable level of competition.
I mean, they're still paying Bobby Bonilla, so I don't get.
It ain't much, but it's there.
It's not.
It's just the Mets.
It's not, but it's just like, especially with baseball where there isn't a hard salary cap.
Right.
It just speaks very, very badly on a franchise if they continue to pay players like that over a certain amount of years. And funny enough, they're not the only New York franchise that's currently doing that, a la Rick DiPietro. So
Rick DiPietro still being paid by the Islanders?
He's going to be paid until like the next decade. Yes.
Jesus.
They signed him to a huge contract, and then he just like disappeared.
Yeah, he fell off fast.
Yeah, no kidding. I know.
Rick DiPietro, big flash in the pan. He was.
Oh my god,
he was good too. He was real good.
Yeah, he was great at the beginning.
and then he wasn't.
And he wasn't. I mean, I don't even know what to say about Rick DiPietro. He just like you talk about flash in a pan. I mean, he is as close to a hand grenade that I've ever seen as a hockey player.
Agreed.
You pull the pin, you got 3 seconds. It's great, and then shit blows up. I mean, that's the best comparison I have for Rick DiPietro. That or a stick of butter in a hot pan.
Deal with the consequences 15 years later.
Yeah,
yep, no, feels like a hand grenade to me.
Spot the lie. Medically, maybe different, but spot the lie. All right, well, yeah. I mean, there was a ton of action going on in the MLB.
There was, but it wasn't not many big names.
No, I mean, obviously Scherzer and Verlander are probably the biggest names that went, but not. I don't want to say they're not in their prime, but they're past their years. They're on the older side. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. They're still really good, but they're not prime Scherzer and prime Verlander.
No. And I don't think anyone's expecting that. I do think it's interesting that they go to the same division. They get to compete a little bit.
That's a really cool story that I think I definitely want to at least keep tabs on throughout the season. That it would be it would be awesome to see them pitching on the same day, because obviously there's no guarantee that happens with the 5-man rotation. So
no, but if they play each other in the playoffs, there's a very good chance.
Yeah, which they honestly might.
Very well could.
They're very close to each other in standing. So
they're fighting for the division, and whoever doesn't get the division will have a wild card spot there.
Yeah, either the first or the second, depending on. Probably the second, because I know Tampa Bay and Baltimore are neck and neck. So
crazy American League this year.
Baltimore fucking bizarre. I don't understand. I mean, I get it.
56-41 Orioles. Oh Jesus,
that's just weird. But anyways, all right. Well, that was the BOTA news. MLB. The MLB trade deadline is gone.
The Red Sox are 55-52 and 11 games back in the division.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Again, that's your best division in baseball.
Oh, it's not even close.
Not even close.
Oakland 30-78 to this point in the season.
Yeah. I did the math on it earlier. There are 4 teams in the entire AL that are under 500. And there are like 7 or 8 in the NL.
Yeah, but none of the teams in the NL have less than 40 wins. 2 of the teams in the AL do.
True.
Bye, Zach. So, anyways, okay. There you go. Oh, no. All right. I'm going to talk. Oakland, bad. Kansas City, bad. Nothing is changing there. Oakland is legitimately going to go like 50 and 112. Yeah. This is as bad. 31 and a half games back in the division of the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros. They are tied. Texas has a 147 run differential. Houston has a 62 run differential. Another thing I like to see, Yankees only at a +2 run differential. Fuck the Yankees. Red Sox +43. Solid. Honestly, better than I thought they were doing this year. The Oakland Athletics are -259, and that's where I'm going to leave that because that is fucking disgusting.
I'm sorry. Did you say -259?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Cool.
The most positive team for reference is +159. So they gave up 100 more runs differential wise than the best team has scored.
Yeah, that's a stat. That's for sure a stat.
Yeah. Yep.
They're
going to be like -500 at the end of the year. What is the worst all time? Worst.
I don't even know what to say about that. I've never heard of that before. That is the worst.
Oh, all right. Well, that's 1899, but still.
What was it?
The Cleveland Spiders were a very, very solid -723.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They scored 529 runs and gave up 1,252.
Well, I can't say that they're going to reach that level, but that was also 1899. That was before the Spanish influenza outbreak. So, I mean...
yeah. They went 20 and 134.
Oh.
They finished 84 games out of first place.
They finished an entire hockey season out of first place.
Yeah. Yep. They went 11 and 101 on the road and 9 and 33 at home. I don't know why they only played fucking 42 home games, but whatever.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's a weird ass stat, but I mean, regardless, that's wow. Yeah. The Spiders? The Cleveland Spiders? Oh God. That's terrible. Wow. That's weird. That's fucking weird. I don't get that. Anyways.
They went 0-14 against Cincinnati then.
Because they felt like it, I guess. I don't fucking know. Oh God. We're gonna keep deep diving into random MLB stats if we don't stop. But
these are hilarious.
That's fucking terrible. That is really, really funny. I've never heard of a worse stat in my entire life. I mean, that they won 20 games.
Their entire starting lineup hit 5 home runs all year. Their bench players were significantly better.
I mean, that's a bad like regular season for a basketball and an NHL team. Like
Dude,
an abysmal season for a
just for a
basketball.
comparison, the best team in the league had 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 17, 23 home runs. So even by 1899 standards,
Oh my God.
I don't understand how you could watch baseball back
So they
then.
gave up 1,200 runs just off of hits, walks, and whatever the hell else they were doing.
More or less, yeah. Home runs really weren't happening, apparently.
I mean, it makes
There were
sense.
like 100 home runs in the league all year.
What were they doing? Like, what kind of game was baseball in 1899? That's what I need to know, because I need to know how 1,200 runs were scored on this team. I need to know. Like, it's not even a joke anymore. I will cancel the show if we can make a time machine and just go back.
Like, I would say, like, what were the Cleveland Spiders? Just like a bunch of random dudes off the street, but that's what all the teams were. Just
Right.
a bunch of random dudes off the street. So I feel like there's no excuse. All right, well, that is your deep dive into Cleveland Spiders 1899 season.
Weird. Side note though, you must have gotten so much like attention if you hit a home run back then.
Oh my God, the fucking
think about it. You hit a home.
What cleared? Like
who hit the first home run ever? That's what I want to know.
Let's find out.
Because I wonder how they were even able to score it. They were like, well, it's out of play. Like, what do we do? Well, see here, little Johnny, you run home, and that's how you score a point. Dude's name is probably Bam Bam or like Slim Dick Nick or I don't know, some crazy shit like that. Or Festus. I really don't know.
Okay, so it happened at a point in time so long ago that we don't have a picture of the stadium in which it occurred. We have a drawing.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. For reference, for all you people out there, we have hand-drawn stadiums instead of pictures.
The seating capacity of the ballpark, which was completely made of wood, was 4,000 people.
Okay, so relatively large.
Was the home of the Reds from 1876 to 1879. It's called
Bicentennial.
And the first recorded Major League Baseball home run was hit by a gentleman named Charles Roscoe Barnes in 1876, it would appear.
So, literally the bicentennial. No, sorry, not the bicentennial. The centennial. I don't know why I kept saying bicentennial, like it actually meant something to me. Yeah, no, the 100th year of the United States of America was when the first home run is hit. That's pretty fucking radical.
So this man
in
1873 led the league in batting average, batting .431.
Okay, great.
Slugging percentage at .616 mid. 138 hits, which feels like a lot for 1873. 125 runs scored.
Jesus.
Pretty solid. Total bases 197, 31 doubles, 20 walks, and 43 steals. He led the league in 8 categories.
All right, so somebody needs to find this guy. Sign him.
He's probably buried somewhere.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
a skeleton is better than half of the players in the league right now. So, I mean,
yeah, fair enough. I mean, this guy really, wow. Yeah.
Oh, well, anyways, let's dive back into a podcast. We have our segments to run, Drew. So let's get on top of those here. Before we dive before we decide we want to look up ancient Aztec ball games.
There is one actually.
I'm sure. I know there is. I know
it was kind of like basketball, but they used
it's called like hip ball or something like that. Don't start because I know what it is and I will talk about it. But great. So, Drew, are you ready for your segment, or would you like me to go with my segment?
It's up to you.
What did we do last time? When it was just the Zach and Drew show. I want to say I went first. I want to say I went first.
Believe you.
Okay.
Believe you did.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the enigma that is title time. That's really awkward. That was just the banner. Here is the actual video clip that I wanted to play for you guys.
Here's the enigma.
I'm going to go hide in the corner for 5 seconds and cry and think about what I did. I feel like that fits perfectly with your vibe. I know I said that last time, but just reiterating the fact.
I'll take
All
that.
right, well,
I like that vibe.
Your segment, Drew. You call the shots.
All right. Welcome back to Title Time, folks. We got us a hell of an episode in store for our lovely contestant, the Sugget Boy, today. I don't think you're going to do it. I don't think you're going to win this one.
I can tell you that right now. I'm not happy.
I
heard 1984 was like the latest year, and I checked out.
Oh no, 1992. I'm not that mean.
I checked out mentally. I'm still out.
You got 1 year in the 90s. You got 1 year in the.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, you can't do all the 2000s. You got to split them up. So it makes sense. I get it. I get it.
I only got so much to work with here. All right.
I'm a humble man.
I've also already used like 8 years. So.
I mean, eventually the segment's going to have to stop because they only got so many years.
There are only, but is everyone going to remember all the years is the question. I can reuse them eventually.
That's true. You can reuse them eventually. That is very true because there are a lot of years that have gone by.
Just got to wait for the right time, baby. All right. Are you ready, Zachary?
No, I quit.
Too bad.
All right, great. Then I guess I'm ready.
We're sending you back to 1972 where there were bell-bottom jeans and hippies everywhere, Zach.
Oh, God. Well, I can tell you the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup that year.
That is incorrect.
I'm so sorry. That was 71-72. Oh, boy. 73. Oh, Montreal Canadiens.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Guesses per sport.
I remember that. That's why I went for it because I remembered it was the Canadiens the year after them. Let me think here. 1972. That would be Super Bowl 5?
That would be Super Bowl 7.
7. I thought Super Bowl 1 was 1967, correct?
Yeah. Remember, the Super Bowl happens the year after the season year.
So the Super Bowl would be played in 73, not 72, right? It's a 72 season.
The Super Bowl was played in 73, but I'm asking about the 72 season.
72 season.
67 Super Bowl was for the 66 season. That's why you're
right. I'm sorry. The whole years get confusing.
I know.
So that's
believe me.
Super Bowl 7. Oh my God, who won Super Bowl 7? That's really tough. Oh, geez.
You should get this one, Zach.
I know the first two were Green Bay.
Yeah.
Then it was Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. Well, but yeah.
Sorry, it was Green Bay, Kansas City, Green Bay, right?
No.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Jesus Christ. Green Bay, Kansas City.
No.
Then it was the Jets.
No.
What? I'm so confused.
It's hilarious.
I thought Kansas City won Super Bowl 2.
No.
Oh, so then it was Green Bay, Jets.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. For some reason, I thought that they had won a Super Bowl in the past. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, they hadn't made a Super Bowl since Super Bowl 2. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the Chiefs.
What do you mean? They have won a Super Bowl.
No. The first time that they made the Super Bowl, the first time with Patrick Mahomes was the first time that they'd made a Super Bowl since Super Bowl II?
4.
4?
Yeah.
My head hurts.
And they won.
So they won Super Bowl 4. Okay, so they did win a Super Bowl before that. I knew they did. I don't know why I thought it was 2. Regardless, so they won Super Bowl 4. This is 72, so it's the Dolphins, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's the 72 Dolphins. They were the perfect team.
Correct.
Okay. 1972. Boy, I know it wasn't the Celtics. I'm gonna guess the Lakers. No. 1972. 72. Man, what teams were good in the 70s?
Good luck.
Yeah, fucking. Can I have a hint? Do they exist anymore?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I know that there are some weird teams that
They
may
do
or may not
exist,
have
and
won.
they have been good recently.
It's not the Suns. It's not the Nuggets. Not the Jazz. The Bulls. The Heat. No, it wouldn't be Miami. The New York Knicks?
Incorrect, Zachary.
All right, that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Your
Who was it?
1972 NBA champions were the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kareem. Yeah. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right, so then I'm missing baseball.
1972 World Series champions. Some of our favorite boys indeed.
1972.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I have no idea. I know that the Yankees won a ton of championships.
Take a couple stabs.
I'm going with the Yankees.
Incorrect. One more stab.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Incorrect. It was,
All right,
in fact, the Oakland Athletics.
Oh, okay, great.
Some
All right,
of
well,
our
2 for 2.
boys.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that.
All right, Zach, would you like to go into the future or further into the past?
Let's do the past. Give me the future. I want a soft blow later on. I need to get these out of the way.
All right. 1969.
Okay. 1969, 1970. The Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup.
No.
What? This doesn't make any sense. They won in 1970 and they won in 1972.
Okay, that was my fault. I was looking at the wrong box. So yes, you are correct.
The year before that was the Montreal Canadiens, if you were asking.
Correct. And the year after that.
Yes, I know.
So
1969. Let's go Boston Celtics for that one because they dominated the 60s.
No.
Okay. Oh, wait, it would be 69 to 70. And they didn't win that year. Dude, shit, I don't know. Did the Bucks go back to back? No, probably not.
No.
You gave me a freebie on that one. I appreciate it. Man, this is tough. These are good. I like these. These stump me.
Yay.
69, 70 wouldn't be the Lakers either. They weren't good.
Actually, I think I messed up on the Bucks too in 72. Did I?
Who was it?
72, 71, 72. Fuck, I hate that they don't give me the season. 22, 23, and then that would have been... Okay, so, all right. So 72, yeah, no, I messed up. 72 was the Knicks.
I guessed it. I get another point. Let's go. Let's go. That's a sick, nasty bonus I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, so 69 to 70. So it's not the Celtics, which I thought it was. Jeez, I don't know. 1969 to 1970, would Wilt still be with the 76ers? Did they ever win a championship? I don't know if they did or not. Maybe Dr. J with I'll go with the Knicks again.
You are correct.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that fucking pulled that one out of my ass. So I have
double Knicks bonus for you.
Yep, the Bruins, the Knicks, 69. I feel like my odds are really good just to keep saying the Yankees until it sticks.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
No, they won 29.
In this case, you are wrong, but you're not.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. 1969. 1969. I'm obviously saving football for last because I already know it. 1969 baseball. Oh boy, gonna always get me on the baseball ones. It's not the Athletics either. They were good in the 70s. Ooh. What? What's that face for?
I'm just waiting.
Give me the Dodgers.
You are incorrect.
All right, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
The
What
New
is
York Mets?
Yes, our other favorite squad. Wow, you just picked the Athletics and the Mets just so we could pick on them, huh?
Sometimes.
Okay, and the 1969 to 1970 season is the infamous Super Bowl III. Broadway Joe. The New York Football Jets.
Incorrect.
What?
That was the 1968 to 1969.
God damn it, I keep messing up the years. Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
Jesus Christ. At least I knew what the one after was at. Fucking God damn it. So what am I?
Right.
I'm 6 for 9?
6 for 8.
Wait, 6 for 8.
So you need 4 of the next 8. You got to go 50-50 on the next
That's
two
fine.
sets here to win.
Fine. That's fine.
We're going to send you a little bit into the future here.
Okay.
Not too far into the future, though. That would be ridiculous. We're going to 1985, baby.
1985 to 1986, correct?
Correct.
All right, so it's not the 85 Bears. Unless it is the 85 Bears. Wouldn't they be 85 to 86? God damn it, Drew. The Chicago Bears.
Correct.
All right. Okay, good.
Yeah, and I don't get the NFL ones wrong because they make it nice and easy for me and put the season in parentheses.
They should. Everything should do that, especially if it goes to a new year. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever. 1985.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Los Angeles Dodgers?
Incorrect. No.
Then the Oakland Athletics.
Incorrect.
All right.
It's another one of our favorite teams to have a laugh at, the Kansas City Royals.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Why are you giving me all these terrible MLB teams? All right. 1985. That would have been the New York Islanders?
Incorrect. Let me double check because we know my track record with the
85,
the
80. They won 4 in a row in the 80s, but that might have been
okay. No, it was not the Islanders.
So 80, 85, 86. Philadelphia Flyers?
Incorrect. It was the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when's Patrick Roy? Okay, that's tough. That's a tough L. 1985 to 86. The Boston Celtics, I do believe, won.
That is correct.
The championship that year.
All right, you are 8 for 12.
Okay, how many do I need? Just 2?
You need 2 out of 4. You're kept pace.
All right.
All right, Zachy. Bringing it to the closest year we're going to get, 1992.
Didn't we do 1992 already?
I don't think so.
Didn't we just do 1992?
No, we did 1972.
Yeah, but what was the first one we did?
1972, and then 1969, and then 1985, and now 1992.
Right. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry about that. 1992 to 93 was the last season that a that a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup, and that was the Montreal Canadiens.
Correct.
You gave me a good year for that, so I appreciate you. 1992 to 1993, the MLB. God, MLB again. Fucking New York Yankees.
No.
I don't know. I don't know any baseball that well. Is it a team that I've already said?
No.
Is it another bullshit team? Because it probably is.
No. It's a team you've seen play live for sure.
The Orioles ever won a World Series?
Maybe.
I'm going to guess the Baltimore Orioles with Cal Ripken Jr.
Incorrect.
That stinks.
It was the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, I should have known that. I should have known that. I remember that. Not that I was alive for it, but I do remember seeing information on that.
You've seen the banner in person.
I have. That is true. I have seen that. Okay, so I'm down to NBA and NFL.
Gotta get one.
1992 to 1993.
Yes.
Give me the Denver Broncos.
Incorrect.
Damn it. Oh shit, this sucks. All right. I'll go to NBA then because I don't want to give a false guess here.
Right. We'll bank your one guess for the NFL.
Wait, no, NFL Dallas Cowboys.
Correct.
Yes.
You have officially won, Zachary. You have gotten to 10
to think
correct.
about it for a second. I had to think about it because I was like, the Patriots and the Packers played in 96 to 97. And before that, and the 3 years before that were the Dallas Cowboys.
You are lucky that I messed up the Knicks Bucks.
Yeah. It depends if I can get this NBA one though, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. You already won. You got 10.
Well, right, but if I get this NBA one, then that's a moot point, is what I'm saying.
That's fair. Yeah.
1992 to 1993. I want to say that was either the first or the second of the Bulls' first three-peat. So the Chicago Bulls.
Correct.
All right. See,
congratulations,
moot
Zach.
point. And just for clarification, was it the first or the second of their 3 in a row?
1992 was the second.
That's what I thought. I knew they had a gap year. I just couldn't remember where.
They had 2 gap years, actually.
Oh, did they?
They won in 90-91, 91-92, 92-93, missed the next 2 years, and then won in 95-96, 96-97, 97-98.
Right. Okay. All right, cool. All right, well, I have bested you again, Mr. Daniels.
You sure have. It was close that time.
It was a lot closer than I was expecting.
What? 11-7? No, 11-5. 11-5.
11-5. Yep. It's the NHL and the NFL that save me every time. I usually get those right. Luckily, basketball.
You've been really good with the NBA actually.
Well, the NBA is a lot easier when you think about it in terms of decades because you have a team that dominates each decade, and you just have to remember the misplaced championships.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Like the Celtics pretty much dominated the 60s. There's like 1 or 2 years where they didn't win a championship.
Yeah.
The 70s was kind of a mixed bag. I know the Knicks and the Lakers were in there for a little bit. The Bucks. The 80s were the Lakers and the Celtics again. The 90s were the Bulls. 2000s was all over the place. But at least when you get to 2000, it's a lot easier because you remember those years. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that was Title Time. Drew, thank you so much. What another wonderful segment of Title Time.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The first and only 2-time winner on Title Time. Sure. I'd like to thank all the fans, thank my parents for this opportunity to talk bullshit nonsense on a podcast.
To be fair, only 2 people have played, and Nick hasn't had a second opportunity.
You didn't have to disclaim that. You could have just let me had the W, but you had.
You had the W for a few seconds. That was plenty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, I'm definitely scrubbing that from this episode.
Okay. You have editorial privileges.
I do, but I have no patience and or time to do that. So
Yeah, fair.
we will be moving directly on to my segment, which I put everyone through the ringer on. Drew more so than others.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. It is this, or it is that. And I did the banner again, but that I did on purpose though.
Yeah, okay.
No, I did it on purpose. I promise. Because I want you to choose here, Drew. You want this or you want that?
Oh, I want that.
Welcome to This or That, where I subject my fellow BOTA people to choosing between two players based on their stats. Mystery players for this week were selected about 2 weeks ago, handpicked by yours truly, the soggiest of men. I decided to change up a little bit. We're going to go with career years. We're going to go with career years here. So this could be any player from any year. It doesn't, the year specifically doesn't really matter.
I feel like you should tell me the year.
Well, what I'm saying is that the year doesn't matter in terms of the selection of the player based off of stats, but the year will be helpful in you figuring out who they are.
Yeah, because if you just show me a stat line and I have 30 seasons of NFL football that are relevant to it, like, yeah, that's going to be a little hard to pick out somebody. So I cannot imagine how many extremely similar stat lines have been put up over the last however many years of NFL football.
You would be surprised. Every single one of these players is and or was a household name at some point. I'm not giving you
fine. That's fine, but it's a single year of their career. I don't think I'm going to be able to guess the player and the year.
Oh, I'm not making you guess the year.
No, I know. I'm saying that like it could be a really good player from the last 10 years. It could be a really good player from the 10 years before that. Like, I would have no fucking clue. So I should get the years after I make my choice.
Hold on. You didn't even let me fucking finish.
I'm just saying.
My goddamn throat. Already jumping down my throat.
Yes.
Jesus. So, my entire plan was to have you pick the person.
Yeah.
Give you a year that they played. Have you figure it out. And if you needed hints, I would then be able to tell you what year their career year was. And then I could even tell you what years they played in the NFL for. And that's exactly what I would do.
All right.
I would give you a random year that they played, the year of their career year, and then the years that they played in the NFL. I will not tell you the teams. I will not tell you conferences. That is all you're getting.
All right. I feel like if I ask for the conference hint, I should get the conference hint.
I just like conference doesn't really help all that much when you have over 10,000 players that have played in the NFL.
It eliminates about half of them.
You know what? Let me load the goddamn thing in so we can do this. You're gonna be a baby back bitch about it.
I just want to be able to have a chance here because I have no fucking chance if I don't get that shit. So.
Baby back bitch. Like I said, I will be giving you a year that they played. It's not necessarily their career year.
That's fine. If I ask for the conference hint, I would like the conference hint. Mister, it doesn't really help that much. What difference does it make if it doesn't really help that much?
Because it's just a dumb thing that you want to die on this hill for. I don't get it. I don't
because it eliminates half of the potential pool.
Eliminate you, Drew.
Good luck.
Where the fuck is this thing? Hold on. This is sad.
Uh-oh.
This or that.
Might get neither this nor that.
Yeah, literally though. Slides. Add file from Google Slides. Why is it not syncing? I don't understand. Why you not do?
The BOTAcast.
Oh, gotta love the BOTA Show, guys, huh? Ooh, come on. You can do it. We can help. Home Depot. I just like, not to go off on a tangent or anything, but like I literally just I have these old jingles stuck in my head, and sometimes they just pop up.
It happens, man.
As really fucking know. Let's see if that works. For some reason, my internet today is not cooperating with me, so I don't know. Let's just see here. Yes, that is correct. All right, here we go. This or that. Players A and B, first slide. These are obviously quarterbacks. Drew, player A and player B both played a full season of 16 games. Okay? Full season. Player A completed 362 passes out of 564 passes attempted for 5,084 yards. He threw for 9 yards an attempt with a 64.2 completion percentage. This quarterback had 48 touchdowns and 17 interceptions with a passer rating of 108.9. A career year for this quarterback, indeed. Player B also played a full 16 games. However, threw for 468 complete passes out of 657 of them. This quarterback threw for 5,476 passing yards, only 8.3 yards per attempt. However, had a staggering 71.2 completion percentage, 46 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, and 110.6 passer rating. Drew, dis or dat?
Dat. Player B, for sure.
Player B, hands down.
Yeah, really not even close, honestly.
Okay. All right. So we have this and we have that. Drew. Player A played in the year 2003.
2003?
2003.
Okay.
Player B played in the year 1979.
B was 1979, huh?
B was 1970. Well, not necessarily his.
Not the
his
career year.
Oh, Drew, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. Actually, this player did not play in 1979. It was 1989. I had my numbers wrong there. I had my numbers wrong. That's my bad.
Player B, 1989.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, player B feels like Dan Marino, but I don't remember him having a 46 touchdown season. I knew he threw for 48. I thought he threw for 45 one year. Or was that total? I want to say player B is Dan Marino.
Player B is, in fact, Dan Marino, Drew. Good call. Good call. So you're picking Dan Marino over this other quarterback here. Statistically, her best year, which is fine. But
yeah, apparently.
Dan Marino did, in fact, throw 44 touchdowns in 1986. But his best career year was in 1984 with the Dolphins. They went 14-2.
Okay.
And then obviously the stats that you see there. He had an 8.5 touchdown percentage.
Damn, that's fucking low.
Yeah, fat. He won MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, All-Pro, first selection, and a Pro Bowl. That was his sophomore year, by the way. Second year in the league, and that's what he did in 1984. So now you need player A. So I mentioned player A played in the year 2003, but I will give you a pretty decent hint that may or may not help you figure this out. This quarterback only played a couple years for the team that drafted him, then moved on to another team. It is Drew Brees. You are correct. Good job. See? Told you. So
I was between like Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and maybe
you were between Peyton Manning. What do you mean? He threw 55 touchdown passes his career year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm.
That's good.
I see. Career years is tough because you can't really use the best of the best.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know if I put a 2,000-yard rusher, there's only 3 people that you can guess from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I have to be creative with it.
Yeah.
So yes, Dan Marino and Drew Brees. Drew Brees is player A. Dan Marino is player B. So you made a very good choice. Very good choice.
I would take Dan Marino over Drew Brees at quarterback. No offense to Drew Brees. Love Drew Brees.
No offense to Drew Brees at all either. I feel like there are some people that say Drew Brees is a better quarterback than Dan Marino.
Very different, very, very different quarterbacks.
Correct. But stat-wise, it's always good. I mean, especially career years, it's good to see what these players were at their peak.
Yeah,
right?
True.
Well, all right, congratulations. You got through that one pretty fast. See, I told you it wasn't gonna be that bad. Yeah, see? Not that bad, right? Next one.
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, no, it really is only gonna get worse for you. I'm sorry. Well, this one might be hard, but the next one's probably not that bad. All right, well. We got some fucking stats for you here, Drew. I'll tell you right now.
God damn.
These are both career years for both of these players. I mean, obviously, I didn't really look at the stats before I wrote this one down because I have a clear, obvious choice. So, player A did only play 14 games. He had 253 rushing attempts. He ran for 1,359 yards at a tune of 4.4 yards, 5.4 yards per attempt. He ran for 97.1 yards a game. He had a whopping 18 rushing touchdowns, no fumbles, and on top of that, had 81 receptions for 830 yards and 8 receiving touchdowns.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I just wanted to let that sit for a second because that's ridiculous. Player B, 16 games, full season, ran the ball 346 times for 1,528 yards, 4.4 yards per attempt, 95.5 yards a game. This player had 13 rushing touchdowns. He did have 2 fumbles. He did also have 90 receptions for 806 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns on his career season. Drew, dis or dat?
Dis. Again, not even close.
Again, like I said, I tried my best, but it's really hard to compare career years for players. Yeah. There's a reason behind this one, and there's a really big reason behind why I picked these 2 players. All right, so Drew, player A played in 1998. Player B played in 2007. Who are these players? I will also give you a hint right off the bat. They both played for the same team.
1998 and 2007.
That's just a random year that they played. Could be the last year that they ever played. Could be the first year that they ever played. You don't know.
Correct.
And like I said, I will give you hints as needed.
Is player A? It's definitely not LaDainian Tomlinson. His best season was way better than that. Marshall Faulk?
Player A, Drew, is Marshall Faulk. How the fuck did you get that?
I just thought of the only running backs that I could think of that played around the year 2000.
Yeah, Marshall Faulk. Correct. That is correct. The correct answer, sir. Good pick on that one. Jesus.
So 2007, but Marshall Faulk played for like 3 or 4 teams. So
correct, he did. but he had his career year with the same team that this other player is from. And in the career year is based off of a number of stats. So Marshall Faulk did have more rushing yards one season and had more reception yards another season, but the season that he won MVP was his career year,
Right.
which is this year, the year 2000.
And
so that's why I picked this year. This was his career year, winning MVP as a running back. What's that?
You are super delayed, super laggy.
It's my internet. I don't know what's going on with it. Is this better?
Right, that's better. Yeah.
I think it's the websites. Anyways, player B played for the same team as player A did. Marshall Faulk started where, Drew?
I don't know what order he played for these teams in. I could have sworn his best stint was with the Rams.
Okay.
But then you're talking about Rams running backs from 2007, Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. Good job, Drew.
Damn, all right.
That is Steven Jackson. So I think the reason why I wanted to highlight both of these players more specifically when I saw their receiving numbers.
Yeah, I did not know that Marshall Faulk was so prolific in the receiving game.
Which is why he won an MVP award. He had 18 touchdowns on the ground on top of putting up like a wide receiver 2 number in 2000, right?
Yeah, so, 80 receptions, like 830 yards, 8 touchdowns. That is very solid wide receiver 2 stuff.
Yeah. And not only that, to put the other put everything else into perspective over here too. Steven Jackson had 90 receptions, 806 yards, 3 touchdowns, whatever, but he's still a running back. Steven Jackson's not that kind of running back, or at least I was going to say
Steven Jackson, 90 receptions. I never would have thought. If you didn't tell me they were on the same team, I never would have got it.
Yeah. So there you go. Again, it's always interesting to compare players of all sizes and stats and whatever. I mean, the receiving numbers is what really drew me into comparing the two of them, because you would never put Steven Jackson up for 90 receptions ever. I mean, it's plausible.
I looked at these and went, "Who the fuck? Alvin Kamara? That's crazy." That's fucking crazy that I can look at a running back's receiving numbers, think a satellite back, Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey numbers, and it's fucking Steven Jackson or Marshall Faulk. That's nuts. It's
crazy. It's crazy. Again, this
is a cool one.
Great that we can compare. Yeah, it's great that we can compare.
This is a very interesting one to see.
Yeah. That's what I told you. I put them together for a reason. Last one, Drew.
Woo!
We got the wide receivers now.
Oh boy.
Some very staggering numbers. Very staggering numbers.
Jesus.
Player A and player B both played a full season in their respective years here. Player A had 205 targets, hauled in 143 receptions for 1,722 yards. He did have 12 yards a reception, which is asinine. 107.6 yards a game, 11 receiving touchdowns, and he had a 69.8 catch percentage. On the other hand, player B, he had 204 targets, only 122 receptions. But on those 122 receptions, he had 1,964 yards for 16.1 yards a reception, 122.8 yards a game, but only 5 receiving touchdowns and a 59.8 catch percentage.
Give me Megatron right now.
Which one?
B, Megatron.
B is Calvin Johnson. You are correct. That is Megatron. Yes. I think, and again, it just we'll go over player A as well. But just looking at, just imagine if his catch percentage was the same as player A's, he would have had like 2,500 yards and like 17 touchdowns.
But his catch percentage is what it is because all he was doing was getting fucking 50-50 balls downfield the entire his career. So, right. But 1964, nobody ever has done that. And I don't think anybody ever. Maybe if Justin Jefferson gets like a really good quarterback and not Kirk Cousins, maybe Justin Jefferson, maybe Jamar Chase if he plays a full season. But 1964, that is just such a ridiculous number. That is fucking insane. Even Jerry Rice didn't do that. Randy Moss didn't do that.
16 yards a reception. He was getting a first down, over a first down and a half every reception.
Yep.
I mean, that's
only had a 50-50 chance to catch the ball, but
over 50-50 chance.
So I mean, you're pegging what 7-8 yards per attempt, 8 yards per target. That's crazy. That's almost a first down every time you look at him.
Yep. All right, Drew, who's player A?
What year?
Oh boy, oh boy. Player A played in 2002, I believe. Let me just verify that really quickly.
2002.
2002 is now confirmed.
Early 2000s receivers are not my forte.
Got some good ones though.
Donald Driver never had that good a year.
This player was an All-Pro, first selection, Pro Bowler, and AP Offensive Player of the Year. The second after. Oh wait, that's MVP voting. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I get why he wasn't Offensive Player of the Year.
Was Reggie
Wayne? That's terrible.
Was Reggie Wayne playing in 2002?
Reggie Wayne was not. I believe Reggie Wayne came into the league like right around then. Reggie Wayne was drafted in 2001, but it was not Reggie Wayne. This player's career year was, in fact, 2002.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay.
All-Pro, first ballot. Pro Bowl, Offensive Player of the Year, second ballot. Priest Holmes won Offensive Player of the Year. Rich Gannon won MVP that year, oddly enough, because dude threw for 27 touchdowns and had 16 interceptions and won MVP. It's bullshit. Priest Holmes ran for 21 touchdowns. I mean, that dude should have won MVP over him, but whatever.
Could that be Randy Moss?
No, it's not. Again, these are career years. Don't forget, Randy Moss had 23 touchdowns.
Yeah.
See, again, that's why it's hard to pick some of these other players. I mean, Calvin Johnson's was a dead giveaway because of the amount of yards.
Right.
But, it's not much I can do.
I think there's only one more name that's even coming to mind for a player that I'm pretty sure was playing around that time, and that's Marvin Harrison.
Is that your final answer?
Because this is the only other answer. That is the final answer I have. Yeah.
All right, then you are absolutely correct. It's Marvin Harrison.
Oh my god! All right.
Yes, Marvin Harrison is player A. So again, very interesting to see the numbers that wide receivers are putting up. Obviously, this is a career for Marvin Harrison.
It's a good year.
Peyton Manning, having Peyton Manning doesn't hurt. I'll tell you that. What? I didn't lock the door, though.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyways, well, that was a wonderful, wonderful rendition of This or Dat. Drew, entertain the people for like 20 seconds while I go and unlock my front door for my fiance.
All right. Well, that's just bad timing because there is 30 seconds left of the show. So you're stuck with me for the half of the remaining showtime. I just want to put out there that I destroyed This or That this week. I killed it. 6 for 6, baby. I knew Megatron off rip. I didn't even need nothing on that. I just said, give me that man. Because ain't nobody has done what that man has done. You're talking about Calvin Johnson. Talking about just one of the most prolific receivers ever who had a career that was cut short by the bullshit of the Detroit Lions. Can you imagine? Could you imagine if Calvin Johnson got to play under Dan Campbell? Oh my God. That would be must-watch TV every single time.
I agree. Must-watch TV. Thanks for stalling. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said about must-watch TV? Did you hear what was must-watch TV?
Yeah, Calvin Johnson under Dan Campbell.
Yeah. Tell me that wouldn't be fucking amazing. God.
Yeah, Dan Campbell, I respect the hell out of him. He also just seems like the kind of guy that snorts lines of pre-workout off of players' helmets.
Probably. That's why they love
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, that is
crazy.
Dude's insane. I think the funniest thing with Dan Campbell before we wrap up the show, he physically wants to have a pet lion. Like, he wants
that lion would be scared shitless.
Fucking snorting lines.
That lion would know its place, damn it.
Oh my God, yeah, that's really true. It really would, honestly.
It would also be the most inspired lion of all time. Living with Dan Campbell. Come on. I would wake up every morning ready to run through a fucking anything that you put in front of me if I lived with Dan Campbell. Come on. I'll start listening to Dan Campbell speeches as I go to sleep so I can wake up ready for anything.
I'm the kind of guy that listens to Dan Campbell speeches in the shower. That's a good point, Drew.
Right?
Yeah. Well, you got any final words for our rowdy crowd?
Go Dan Campbell.
Go Dan Campbell. Well, this has been a wonderful show, guys. No final words from us. Just, you know where to find us. Facebook, Instagram. We are on X, because that's a thing now. I don't know. We're on Threads. Go on there. Threads is better. Sorry, Twitter. I know we're live or X or whatever the hell it is.
You fucked up, Elon. You fucked up. All right.
We're live streaming there. Threads is better. Sorry. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of the above. If you're listening to us, we found you. You found us. No, we really found you. We know where you live.
We've been listening.
Yeah, we've been looking. Stay soggy, guys.
Bye.
I don't like that we said we know where you live, and then that is the ending of the show.
Bye.
It's not conducive to us staying out of jail.